Welcome back, all of you, on your learning platform. Study with a smile. As the whole world, especially India, is suffering from second wave of this COVID-19 pandemic. So, the importance of Article 21 of Indian Constitution, which provided us the right to life, is of supreme importance. So, as we know, due to increase, I say rapid increase in the COVID-19 cases during this second wave, lead to the world largest democracy to face the problem of oxygen crisis. So today we will see that whether there is any knock of emergency like situation or we already enter in that. What is the right to life? So this all part today we will deal in this video. So Article 21 of Indian Constitution provide us protection of life and personal liberty. It stated no person shall be deprived of his life or personal liberty except according to procedure established by law. So there are two keywords. First of all, deprived of his life. No person can be denied from living his life. There is a proper protection of life or personal liberty. The keyword is personal liberty, except according to procedure established by law. It means that one can only deny to live if there is any procedure in the law to take his life. So we will deal with these two keywords, that is personal liberty and procedure established by law. So first of all we talk about personal liberty. What does it means that? It means that you are free to take part or do any action the way you want until and unless it do not harms any other body. In Salvi versus State of Karnataka in 2010, Honorable Apex Court held that society governed by rules and rebellious values have to make reasonable distinction between various circumstances where pain or suffering is to be permitted or to be prohibited. So, it depends upon the society to make difference where if there is any pain or suffering, whether it should be permitted or it has to be prohibited. So society have to make reasonable distinction. It means the decision should be rational. The decision is what that benefit the society at large. No private individual can take decision for his or her own benefit. If this decision or distinction made by the private individual is against the benefit of society at large, that will be void according to law. So the distinction should be rational and should be benefited for the society at large. In Menka Gandhi versus Union of India, if a law depriving a person of personal liberty and prescribing procedure for that purpose under the meaning of Article 21 has to stand one of the test or fundamental rights contained under Article 19 and Article 14, which may be applicable in given situation. So the personal liberty should also be taken into the consideration with Article 19 and Article 14 along with Article 21. So this is the personal liberty. It means you are free until and unless you don't hurt the benefit of society at large. So basically there is a long conflict between the due process of law, that is American doctrine, and procedure established by law. In original draft that put forwarded by Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, it says that nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty and property without due process of law. But in 1947, Justice Felix Frankfurter of US Supreme Court advises Benegal Narsingh Rao to delete the due process of law from that draft because it overburdened judiciary. So that due process of law is replaced with procedure established by law. So basically your life can be taken if there is any procedure in our law. It may be the constitution or the procedural codes like CRPC or CPC. It means I basically give you example that no person will hanged in night. No court will say that hanged a person in midnight because it is not given in the procedure. The person should be hanged in the sunlight. So everything should be done as the procedure says. If the procedure says that you have to take permission of any magistrate, you have to present that criminal or accused before the court or magistrate within 24 hours, you have to do that. This is the procedure established by law. So everything must be done according to the procedure as the law stated. So basically what all come under article number 21 of Indian Constitution, that is right to live with dignity. No state government can take your basic enjoyment of essential needs. Right to die with dignity is also in the right to life. So you have the right to die with dignity. It is your choice. Right to development, right to education, right to privacy, right of non-citizens, self-preservation, right to shelter, right to reputation, right to proper legal representation, and right to love any person of one choices. These all are part of Article 21 of Indian Constitution, held and upheld by the apex court from time to time. So basically our main aim to look at the current situation of oxygen crisis, and we can say that the right to health is the fundamental right in Article 21. In Balram Prasad versus Kunal Saha, in 2014 judgment, the Supreme Court held that right to life is a fundamental right under Article 21, and right of patient to be treated with dignity. Here the keyword is right of patient to be treated with dignity is both their fundamental right as well as human right. So the hospital, the doctor must have to provide treatment to best of their capacity. Now see, the court held at best of their capacity, but in current situation, the whole situation is out of capacity of the hospital. The oxygen supply is very less. The number of bed in hospital is very less if we compare to the number of patient. So the hospital is enable. It does not mean that it infringes the right to health of the patient. That is the basic fundamental right of patient. Patient must be treated, but it must be to the best of their capacity, and hospital is providing their best of their capacity in this current situation. So, and in Nowtej Singh Johar versus Union of India, Honorable Apex Court also held that right to health is regardless of your sexual orientation. It means no hospital can discriminate you on the basis of your sexual orientation. So this is the right to health. This is the fundamental right of the patient. No one can deny you that, oh, you cannot be treated in this hospital. The hospital must provide the best of their capacity. It is the duty of the government to check whether the best of the capacity is available to hospital or not. So, the right to health must be protected by the government, whether state government or central government. The oxygen must be supplied to the hospital by the central government or state government. It doesn't matter who supplied it. It's matter that oxygen have to be reached to the hospital so that the capacity of the hospital in treatment of the patient must be increases. It does not mean the source from which that oxygen reached, whether provided by the state government or central government. This is the regardless matter in this case. It is the duty of the government to protect the basic fundamental right of health of the patient. The patient have right to be treated with dignity. That is upheld by the court. So there is the oxygen crisis. It is basically due to the second wave lead to the increase in number of patients. The demand is increased. There is rapid increase in demand. And we can say that basically there is a fault from the government side that they are not ready to deal with such situation. There is less supply of oxygen to the hospital. But we have to think whether the government can be alone responsible for this situation. Yeah, the government provided the permission to Kumbh Mela, and if we see, basically they also conducted rallies in West Bengal or Odisha. But we cannot basically blame the government solely for this current scenario, because the one who is participating in the rallies, the one who is breaking the rules, is done by us, the person living in that. And we have to admit our fault, that this situation is rising because of our fault. We are par equally responsible for the current scenario that is happening. If we take the government responsible for that, we are also equally responsible for this current situation. So, what can we do? It is not the time to criticize government. What happened in past, what is the fault occurred in past doesn't matter to the present. We try to help our level best to save the life of other. That is shown in the various High Court judgments. The Delhi High Court strictly responds that it does not matter whether you steal the oxygen or you borrow that, it is your duty to provide oxygen. Right? One can be also be hanged if they obstruct the supply of oxygen. So basically what the court tried to say that it wants to convey that it is important that oxygen reach to the people. It is important to protect their life rather than criticize them. It is important to help the government in the current situation. Don't panic. First of all, decrease the fear from your mind. Yeah, there is a higher demand, less supply, but various effort now made by the government. Let's move toward the effort that is made by the government. Basically, the PM Care funds allocate for 551 oxygen plant, government increasing the imports, and oxygen express also run. So there is various steps taken by the government, either the central government or the state government. But I think that the implementation part is not at their level best. They have to implement these policies on the ground level. The step taken is not enough. But we can, from our part, try to support the government as much as possible. Kerala is only state in India which has the surplus oxygen supply. Now, Kerala has a production of capacity of 204 ton oxygen per day, of which 79 tons used by the Kerala and remaining part is supplied to the Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. So we have to learn the lesson from Kerala. The lesson of not just helping your own state, but helping other state. Use your plants, oxygen plant available in your state to your level best, optimum level, that is 100%. The current situation demand that. This is my suggestion for the improvement, that the government must encourage companies to produce more oxygen at their level best. It provides securities to the company by schemes to save them from competition in long run. Find ways to reduce the transport cost. Provide oxygen to people at low cost, as the majority of the population in India is of middle classes, of private workers, or of people living below poverty line. So the low cost availability of oxygen must be also in the consideration. Reduce fear from the supplier or producer if there is any fear from their side. Remove taxes on oxygen supply. Do proper inspection so that no one can make default. And increase import of oxygen and start closed plant. So these are our suggestions for the improvement that I think will serve the purpose. So by using these we can now only revive from this oxygen crisis. Nothing is delayed. So we have to help the government, not to criticize them. The fault that occur from their part is of the past. We cannot regard what is done in the past. We have to see what we can do in the future. So these are my suggestions for the improvement purpose. So the ending notes of today's part is सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु माँ कश्चित् दुर्भाग्य भवेत्। ओम शांति। मे everyone be happy. May everybody be free from diseases. May everybody have good luck and may none fall on evil days. Thank you. I hope you enjoy this lecture. So, thank you all.